What's the dumbest reason you've ever seen someone quit their job? I work for a construction company that remodels homes, and we have an unwritten rule: anything we find hidden behind the walls belongs to us. Over the years, people have found some wild stuff: Civil War-era pistols, rare baseball cards, even a suitcase full of cash from the 50s. It's the kind of thing that keeps the job exciting. A while back, we hired a guy who was an absolute jerk from day one. I've been with the company for 5 years, but he had only been in construction for a year after getting fired from his accounting job due to a DUI. From the start, he had an attitude, always making fun of my clothes and my accent, acting like he was better than everyone else. What really pushed me over the edge was when he got into my phone, found my private Instagram, and showed my boss pictures of me smoking weed. What he didn't realize was that my boss and I have been friends for 8 years. We used to smoke together before we both quit. That stunt pissed me off, but I kept my cool. Then one day, everything changed. We were working on a remodel when he suddenly started acting strange. His usual smug attitude was gone, replaced by nervous energy. He was moving faster than usual, constantly glancing around. Then, a little while later, he left much early with something tucked under his arm. He didn't say a word to anyone, just walked straight out. The next morning, he didn't show up for work. No call, no text, just gone. My boss just shook his head and laughed, saying he was planning to fire him anyway for always being late. The rest of the crew was curious though. Some saw him leave with a box, and rumors started flying. Maybe he found something valuable and took off. But what no one realized was that this wasn't some long-lost treasure, it was a setup. Another coworker, just as fed up with this guy's arrogance as the rest of us, had orchestrated the whole thing weeks earlier. After hearing him brag about how he'd quit this effing place on the spot if he ever won a lottery, my coworker decided to make that happen, just not in the way he expected. He bought a handful of fake gold coins online, placed them in an old metal box, and when the timing was right, he sealed it behind a section of drywall that he was assigned. All that was left was to wait for the perfect fool to stumble upon it. I can only imagine the look on his face when he finally opens it, thinking he's set for life, only to realize he walked out on his job for $40 worth of cheap metal.